You ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Hi guys, how are you? Hi everybody, how are you today?
What's up, everybody?
I look a mess. It's still wet. I was gonna curl it. I look a mess. That's okay because this is a quick video. Today we're gonna talk about how the year 2025 is exposing all lying ass bloggers. We're also gonna talk about Wendy Williams and then Beyonce versus Taylor Swift. That's really getting out of hand. Can you believe this? Beyonce Taylor Swift stuff.
Hmm.
But let's start with our main story. Why I came on here. What's that noise, Perry? You okay?
Oh yeah, that was me turning up my sound.
Okay.
You get little beacon sound.
So the reason that I came on here is because I wanted to talk about the Jaguar Wright situation. Now, I've been telling you guys for the longest time that there are some bloggers that just lie, just make up shit. And everybody thought I was talking about Tasha K. I'm not talking about Tasha K. That's over and done with. Everybody that moved on. I'm talking about new improved liars, right? And they just make up a lie. And I don't understand it because it doesn't have to be that animated. Just say what
Right.
happened and it is what it is. Especially when it comes to like the Diddy story, that's already ridiculous. Why add to it? Well, they add to it because they want to make more money. Thank you. Make more money and clicks and views. Clicks and views equal money, okay? And I wasn't about that. I'm not like that. I'm just like, if I get 20 people in my chat, then that's just what it is. I'm not lying. Number one, I never want to go in court again, the court of law. And that's what liars end up being in lawsuits. I don't want to be in a lawsuit again. And it's just unnecessary and unethical for me. Now, some people love lying. That's their hobby. Not me. I don't like it. So and then I told you guys I stopped doing interviews. I used to do interviews all the time, and I used to pay for interviews all the time. And it just didn't work for, and I'm not bashing anybody that pays for interviews. If that's your thing, that's your thing. It didn't work for me because I felt that every time I paid somebody, the story got worse and worse. So they can come back for another lump sum of money. You know what I mean? So I stopped interviewing a long time ago, and it's better. People love interviews, but I only had 2 interviews last year, Dr. Heavenly and Tracy Braxton's husband. That's it, right? And I
Yeah.
didn't pay for it. Not that there's anything wrong with paying for it. That's what some people do. But for me, it leads to embellishment. So if I pay you $5,000 to come on my show, that's a good lump sum to some people. And they people are making money off of these
Right.
off of interviews. But that's okay. That's just not what I do. Whatever. But people do it. And sometimes it's a lie. Sometimes the lie is just so damn ridiculous. It's a lie. But with that being said, the public eats it up. They love a good lie.
People love misery.
They love a good lie. So I noticed that some of these people, thank you for becoming a member. I need to go on my members only tomorrow. Don't let me forget
Okay.
tomorrow. because I'm going to talk about this. So I noticed a couple bloggers were lying, whatever. I'm out. If y'all want to do that, y'all do that. I like to run a slow and steady race. So, and it becomes obvious. So we seen Lamisha Fuller come on and lie about being with Diddy. Now I don't know why y'all believe that lie. It just sounded like she was lying. Okay, like what? But the public eats it up. They love it. The more ridiculous the story, the more you guys love it. She was just saying some outlandish stuff. Let me see if I got this. Then what's her name? Adria English came on. You knew she was lying. You could just tell she was lying. Plus, we already know that her attorney, Ariel Mitchell Kidd, had dropped her for lying. So, but y'all ate it up. Y'all ate it up. Y'all got to claim y'all sickness. Y'all ate it up, and it just seemed really weird. So I noticed that they start going on the interview circuit, and I'm thinking they're trying to be like Jag and Gene. Only thing is, their lies could be proven. Gene and Jag are telling the truth. So then one day, so I see it and I'm like, okay, if that's what you got to do, I think it's sickening to the real victims like Cassie and your ass up here lying for money. But okay, that's not my business. You want to lie, you lie. That's between you and your God. I mind my own business. So then I'm trying to say it in order. So then one day, and then so blogging is like it's only a handful of us that are in the same genre, right? What are you laughing at, Perry?
Because it's sort of like a sickness. You know what I mean?
What?
You saying blogging is like, I said, a sickness. Because
it's just a handful of us, and we all argue with each other. We know each other. We help each other out. We're friends. We break up. The next week we're friends, but it's only a handful of us. It's not that many, right? So I'm noticing that there are new bloggers coming in, right, to our genre, what we talk about. And like some of them were totally out of place. I'm like, you don't even understand the players to even comment. Like, it was so out of line. It just was really weird. That's like me going into a nurse group of nurses and then giving my opinion. What needle should I use? I don't know. Well, and they were like giving detailed opinions, and it just felt really weird. It's like you don't even understand who you're dealing with. It was really weird. And I was like, okay, that's what they want to do. Don't get me in it. And no, I'm not interviewing nobody, but y'all do what y'all got to do, right? But don't get me in it, because I'm real big on staying out of court. That's my number one goal in blogging now, stay out of court. So then I think I just happened to be on this new blogger's channel. I think he had like maybe 6,000 people. No, 11,000. He had 11,000 people in the chat, and that's what caught my attention. So I just click on it, and Jag's on there, and she's talking to Courtney Burgess. She's really cussing him out, right? Like, you're a liar. And how come, and you don't know me and stuff like that. And I'm like, ooh, this is good. Then right after, I come to tell y'all that, Jag just cussed somebody out. And then Jag was in the chat, and then she came up, right? And she was like, I don't know. He's a liar. He's a liar. That doesn't make any sense. And she gave her details. And I was like, okay, good. It was just another video for me. And then I went on about my business. And these girls are still interviewing. Each time the story's getting wilder and wilder. But I'm like, whatever. And then the whole world was covering Diddy. Like, the whole world. But I would say maybe, how many days ago, Perry, did we get a letter?
Well, at least maybe 3 days? 2 or 3 days, right?
Yeah. So a couple days ago, we get a letter, and it's a person asking me to interview them, right? And they want me to pay them. I thought they said 1,500. Perry says they said 10,000. I don't remember what it was, because I'm not paying you 2 cents. That's just not what I do. But I go down the list, and I see it's a mass email that he's sending to a couple bloggers, and I see this familiar name of this blogger that's interviewing all these people, and I'm like, we don't even have the same audience.
Right.
That's weird. Why would they want to interview me? So I call one of my friends. Why would they want me to interview them? Pay them they wanted $10,000. Then they wanted me to fly them here. It was a mess. Like, I will wait till another blogger do it. And then I'll just say what happened. I'm not paying you shit. Not $5, not $2. Okay.
Right.
Now, sometimes, I don't have anything against it. It's just for me, paying for interviews totally blew up in my face. Like, because I'm sitting here and I'm interviewing this person that I've paid the money to. And then I'm like, oh, they're lying. Now,
Right.
you can tell when they're beefing up a story. That's not what we talked about in the pre-interview. But I don't have anything against it. It's just for me, I said, I'm not paying 2 cents no more. So I realized, so they have a couple other bloggers on this email, about 5 other bloggers, and I'm like, I don't know. So I call one of my blogger friends who's in the chat. I'm not gonna name him, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why is? And then he starts telling me that, okay, so there are bloggers out there that will hire people to interview, right? They go around from channel to channel to channel and they interview, and then this other blogger who's behind all of it, he's behind all of it, comes in after you go to another interview first, right? So let's say you go to Perry's channel first. Then he comes in at the end, like with the big interview, like, well, I got this person in person. And in that way, it doesn't look like he's behind it. You ain't pulling me in that shit. You are not. I said, no. I said, ain't no way. He said, yeah. I said, that's what people are doing now. That's what people are doing now. And I think they got the idea from Jag and Gene. But the only problem was they had no evidence to back up their claims. And the audience were eating it up. So I'm getting ready to go on today. I'm just cruising the internet. And then I go to Jag's channel, right? And she's in a confrontation telling us about this blogger. Now, she calls this blogger Lionel Flea. That's in her title. Well, that's what we're going to call him. And they confront each other about him lying.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, it gets good. I'm just going to play about 5 seconds. And then on top of that, so I'm going around to the other blogs. There's another blog. Her name is Keisha, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to get her name and put it in the comment section. I don't even know what I did with that thing. Somebody sent me this. And I guess they're watching Jag and they decide to take every video that this woman has made and send it to the attorneys, because she's saying that she's one of Diddy's victims and she's lying. I can't remember the name she said she was. But anyway, so the attorneys respond. They watch the video. I gotta get this girl's name before I put it up here. Keisha. Oh, do you remember the name, Perry?
Who?
Of the girl that turned all the stuff over to the attorneys.
No, I can't remember the name.
Okay, I will have to credit you. This is not my work. This is another blogger's work. I will put a link to her channel in the description. But she sends everything to the attorney, and the attorney pretty much vouched for what Jag said. They are lying. He said that is not his client. If you're in the chat and this is your work, please let me know. And this is what the attorney said. A woman has recently come forward claiming to be our client, Jane Doe, who asserted claims of gender-motivated violence against Sean Combs, Harvey Pierre, and others. Remember, she said that they all
Yeah.
did things to her. She is not the individual we represent in the pending lawsuit. Our client's identity remains confidential. Is it Lakeisha? I don't remember this lady's name. I don't want to take credit for her work, and I want to thank her because this has gone too far. You allegedly have bloggers scheming and plotting, and I'm going to pay you this much to go on this channel, and then you go on another blogger's channel just so you could have credit that you're not the only one with the story. When did blogging get to this? When did it get to this?
Well, when it got slow, when Newsday got slow, they got creative, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody normally get up and go to work at 9, get off at 5. Okay, but when you get up and no work there, people start to create their own news, and so they come up with these things. Let's create a story. Let's pass it out to some bloggers, not to interview stories, right? Have them talk about the stories to get everybody invested, and I'm gonna have my hired help to come on to tell the story, my storyteller, you know, and it sort of works.
Okay, the name of the blogger that sent it into the attorney, her name is Kadisha Lynn. Thank you, Kadisha, for doing the obvious and having a attorney come forward and call these people out, because when it's just Jaguar Wright, people say Jag doesn't know what she's talking about. I told y'all 110 times Jag is not lying about what happened. I vouched for, other people have vouched for, Gene Deal has vouched for her, but people want to still call Jag a liar for whatever reason, because somebody benefits out of calling Jag a liar. I don't know who's starting this, but somebody's benefiting from it, and it's just a mess. It's disgraceful. It's unnecessary. I can't believe it. Y'all that damn money hungry that y'all gotta go lying on people.
And Sharrell too. And let me add this in. It's a difference too, though. Okay, now Jag, Gene Deal, they just telling you what their experience or what they feel like they observe in their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that could be different. You can say they wrong or right or whatever. But when you get the actual victim, come on. See, that's the problem. Because if that victim, I would give a victim more credit. Gene and Jag been talking about this for years, right? So even if they don't want to go legal and take the person to court and all that stuff, they had plenty enough time to go on these platforms and talk about it for free. But when you start going on, giving an interview and talking about a story, and you get your $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever you getting, you coming on to say how you was cheated on or how you was victimized, right? And then after they pay you, you go, hey, you know what? You want me to come back? Because that wasn't the only time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, typically when a person give an interview, they'll go ahead and just say their whole thing. Why you got part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and each time they got a different Jane Doe, a different John, or a different way they got victimized. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, if you enjoyed my first novel, wait till you see my second one, right? These people are out there trolling for cash. Which, hey, if people foolish enough to give it to them, I guess.
No. Because this is a real case, and
Mhm.
there are real victims out there.
Mhm.
And your ass worried about your wallet. That's not cool.
Well, that's true.
And I don't know, women who are really hard or really a victim of domestic violence,
Mhm.
that is trauma, and it changes you for the rest of your life. And here's somebody making a joke out of it so you can make money.
Yeah. I mean,
What? PTSD is real. They said Cassie did so much drugs, she suffers memory loss. She has PTSD. She's in counseling. And you got some fraudster over here lying, telling the people what they want to hear. It's getting crazier and crazier, the stories, for money.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I mean, and you're right about this. Like, it's a different story because they are here just running off, creating these stories, but it's a bigger picture. They're hurting the real victims, like you said, because them out here running amok lying only hurts the victim credibility. Because once you hear all these crazy lies and stuff, when the next person coming up telling the truth, you be like, that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have a tendency not to believe them because you heard so much bullshit.
I mean, all that actual stuff is trauma. And here's somebody, I mean, I playing with my pain. So anyway, Jack talks a little bit about it on her channel. I'm only going to play the first 4 minutes.
Hey, Uncle Mike from the Music Recording Network. A lot of great people around. But this is the thing. If you want to threaten me on text message, you should have the balls to hit my link. Or to just answer the call.
So wait. So he threatened you on text message?
Yeah, right before I came here. I just got finished because I did the thumbnail. I took a piece of his little smart ass comment and I turned it into a thumbnail. It's sitting up there on the channel. They waiting for me. You know, after I leave here with you, and we just gonna go. Yeah. Yeah. See, when I go after somebody, I go after somebody, and I don't understand that because I'm real. I'm real. But to threaten me, you want to threaten me? For what?
But you got a man though.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, but that's not my point.
Yeah.
You're not only attacking a survivor, but now you're threatening one?
Right. Like, why?
Like, I'm a survivor.
You hold on survivors and threatening real survivors.
Exactly.
Weirdo.
That's strange. You're going after me. You're going after Natanya Rubin. You've had smart stuff to say about Gene Deal. You're going after Ronnie Boat. Oh, by the way, all people with real ties and connection to this story. Meanwhile, you're propping up everything fake or irrelevant that you can find.
So she's you guys can go over there and hear the whole thing. The name of her channel is called the Jaguar Wright Effect. And I just thought it was low. And these people are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not 500 here, 1,000 there, no, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Lying, exploiting, because that's what you're doing, exploiting the real victims. This case became about everything else but the victims. It was who Diddy was with, Clive Davis, this victim, that victim, this victim, him lying and trying to bribe people, him paying people off to use their phone time. It became such a ball, I don't know what you call it, steamroll, that the last people we start talking about were the real victims.
Right. Or the case even. I mean, people have spent off and don't took the freak off and done created a whole new storyline. They ain't worrying about is this man guilty or innocent. Now they got the sideshow going on.
Yeah.
The so-called victims. Yeah. It's victims out there, people. Don't get me wrong when I say that. But it's a lot of people I'm starting to find out that's not true victims. Just somebody that's trolling for cash and telling these stories. So they out here just parlaying this cash.
You got people writing books.
Yes.
Kim's family still, Kim's friends still say that is not the book. You got people writing books. Everybody's in on the cash.
Yep. They selling Diddy baby oil. They selling Diddy Lunchables. They doing anything, and they out here telling many stories, and people will buy it. Sharrell, it's almost like that magazine you used to see in the grocery store back in the day, where you might go by
Inquirer,
have a baby with ape,
National Enquirer.
Yeah, National Enquirer, right? It became that. Now it's like, hey, I seen this interview where this person said X, Y, and Z happened to them at the freak off. Well, you think that's something? Check out this channel. This person had twice as much. But people love to hear a train wreck. People love to hear
Lies.
a story.
They love lies.
Yeah, that's it.
But so let me tell you what happens when that really happens. A true victim gets scared because they don't want their name in the media. They see all of this hoopla going on, right? Other victims fade to black, meaning like Ashton Kutcher. Let's just talk about Ashton Kutcher, who should be in jail right next to Diddy. But we don't get to talk about Ashton Kutcher because y'all too busy sending phony interviews to different people's blogs.
Yeah.
I feel that, well, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what's going to happen next. How would you fix this situation? You really can't. You can't.
You can't fix it. Because you don't, you can't fix what you can't control. You don't control the person who's willing to bring on a person knowing they lying. You can't control them. And you can't control the person who's going to get that payday for lying. So it's nothing. The only thing you can actually do is look at it and use some common sense somewhere and then say, damn, do you think this is actually true? Because to me, a lot of the stuff, I know when people go through certain traumas and stuff, they don't want to talk about it. But they didn't want to talk about it then, and they might not want to go take the legal course because they don't want to talk about it. It's hard for me to believe all of a sudden now you'll go to a YouTube platform and just throw all this stuff out there. So without going, if you get the courage to do that, you probably got the courage to file charges.
It's sad. Let's see what some of y'all think about this. I knew that girl was lying, every word of it. I don't think I heard Lamisha, but I heard Adria English about 4 or 5 minutes into it. And I'm like, oh, she full of it. And I turned. It was a mess. It's a mess. The real victims should sue the fake ones. I feel that the real victims are so traumatized, their mind isn't even there. They're just worried about getting the courage to tell their story because it's not easy to tell your story. It's not easy. People are going to judge you. People are going to call you a liar. And they're really going to call you a liar. Well, you got these imposters pretending to be people. It's just so sickening. We have lost our focus. We have lost our way of this case. We're supposed to be making sure Diddy's behind bars so he doesn't do this to another person, and then giving the victims their space and time to heal. And when and if they want to talk about it, we need to give them a safe place to come and talk about it. Right. Not only strike channels, but now his videos are hidden. Oh, are you serious? I don't know. I just heard the Jag and then I came over here. Child, y'all let me know what I need to know. Ooh, Adria said she saw Lamisha at the parties. Then Jag caught her and she came clean and said she doesn't remember her. Oh, I know. She lied about knowing Jag. How you that's what I'm saying. It just, I know who I met. I know who I talked to. You just gonna lie and say I met Jag before? It's a mess. It's sad. It is sad. And I'm gonna predict this. Like Cat Williams said, the year 2024, all lies will be exposed. The year 2025, all fake ass lying bloggers will be exposed. Because I'm tired of it. We've been dealing with this for so long. They just make up shit. It's time for y'all to cut it out. You really hurt people while you do these things, and you don't care long as your pockets are full.
Mm-hmm.
The fake ones don't have money to be sued. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that's right. If the FBI says 10 years per lie, I guarantee they would say, I was just playing. And maybe there are no victims, just consenting adults. I mean, that would be great. And the media is the one creating all the BS. I'm not really into the media because I'm a blogger, so my life revolves around the internet. I know Piers Morgan got dragged into it. And then Beyonce and them called that was weird. The whole thing is just a stinking mess. The number one person making up it is Jag. Miss S, let me ask you this, because a lot of people say Jag lying, and I've told y'all, me personally, she has told me these stories since the day I met her a couple years ago. If she's making up stories, how come we're not coming out with attorneys saying she's lying? How come no one sued her? How come everything she said in the beginning, when she first interviewed with Tasha K and then Storm Monroe, how come those stories still hold up? How come it holds up? The sad part about it is these imposters aren't going to make it any easier. They're thinking, well, if they lied, then Jag must lie too, and so must Gene Deal. No, it's differences. All I know is I can speak for Jag. Personally, I've heard these stories over and over again. I thought they were made up in the beginning. This is before y'all knew all of this stuff. I used to say, do you think Jay-Z really? And nah, she lied, but she's telling the truth. And the stories didn't change. I can only vouch for what she's told me. And I know the things she told me, those stories haven't changed. Now, I don't know, what else, but the story she told me has never changed. And I never wavered in saying she said this before, years before it ever happened. So it's a mess. These YouTube streets are messy. I'm tired too, Tracy. I'm tired. I don't watch YouTube anymore. It gets draining. It gets, there's enough for everybody. There's enough. But you got always people that I want to be the best. So I got to lie to get the numbers. Because if you think about it, every single blogger, everyone, you're going to go through good months. You're going to go through bad months. And I don't care how good you are. Everybody, you're going to go through, if there's good stories to tell, good month for you. No stories to tell, bad month for you.
Right.
That's any blogger. But if you see a blogger that's consistently with all the scoop that nobody else knows, and they talk to their, special friends,
it's always a dead giveaway. If you on today giving this explosive story that all your little informants told you, and then the next day you come out with one even more explosive, when did you have the time? And if all these things these bloggers be saying is true, other people would have heard it. It wouldn't just come from this channel or that channel. The news is the news. You can jazz up the news, stress the truth a little bit. I'd rather you even just give your opinion on it. At least you ain't fucking lying. That's possibly what you think or whatnot. But when you come out like you got this proof, receipts of all these things, some of them even got more shit than the prosecution.
And let's not forget this, as far as Jag is concerned. The moment Jag opened her mouth, people called her a liar way back. She's liar, she's liar, she's liar. She had to fight through that and still tell her stories. I don't think Jag started getting credibility until Diddy got arrested.
Right.
And then even then, some people like Miss S still say, she's a lie. She's a liar. But I don't know what she lied to you about, but what she didn't lie to me. The Jay-Z stories from day one, the Diddy stories, the Mary J. Blige stories, because there's a lot of other people she talks about that she hasn't brought up yet. The Mary J. Blige stories. I've heard them over and over for years. She's not lying about it. She's consistent with it. And it's not just Diddy that she was talking about. She had other names that she was talking about that I ain't trying to get. The baddest part is that so many countless individuals worship these celebrities probably and can't do no wrong in their eyes. You know, Jamie Foxx said that Diddy tried to poison him. I don't know. It's just a mess. I gotta move. Here, you got anything to say before I keep reading?
No, I'm just saying, like, all of it really, at the end of the day, you know, people use your little common sense a little bit. And if you got somebody with this explosive thing going on that they only know, that's a clue. If that person only know it, not no CNN, not no TMZ, and we know they in everybody's backyard behind a trash can. Or, you know.
And I can say this too. You're right about that, Perry, because I could vouch for Jag for what she told me. But I wasn't the only person in the room when she was telling these stories. It was you, and then the other bloggers. So, you know.
And then one thing I would say about this. Now, we know what she told us, but she's been consistent. Well, now, a person has the right to look at it and say, hey, she's lying or she's not lying. Everybody right to their own opinion. But I would say this. She has been consistent saying these stories without getting paid to tell these stories. Now, on the other hand, these people coming out, they didn't come out to tell their story for justice. Think about it. That they don't come out and tell their story for justice. They only come out for the cash app and the paid interview. But they don't go to the courthouse to file charges. Something ain't right about that.
Well, hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
And it seemed like that they come on with these explosive interviews and have all this stuff. And you tell me all this time, this don't happen. You was bruised up. It had to be some evidence that you had that you could have turned it over to law enforcement. Go ahead, Sharrell.
Okay, so I love Lily. She said, I think she has lied on Beyonce. Anyone can be consistent with a lie. Prime example, Donald Trump. Now, Lily, you've been very messy. And then she followed it up with this. She lied about Aaliyah's daughter. Remember the whole Regina Gold situation?
Yeah, I remember that.
Now that was a lie. But was it Jag's lie or was it Regina's lie? Because she said it first. Sean Davy Way interviewed her first, and then all hell broke loose. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but I mean, what Lily's saying is that, hey, everybody knew that wasn't his daughter. Now, let's keep it real. But the whole thing is this. We vouching that she's been consistent telling these stories. I can't tell you if anybody's lying or not. It could be my opinion. That I feel like some of these victims that's coming forward, it seems suspect that you only doing it to get money and not justice.
I got to go back to the Regina Gold thing. Lily, thank you, Lily. I forgot all about that. But did it start out like this? She came on in a TikTok. Sean Davy Way interviewed her.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next thing I know, she moving in with Jag. How did that go? I forgot. Never mind. I done forgot.
Okay, I can't remember either.
I can't remember. Let's keep going on. Regina lied. I think she started the lie. Child, that was a mess. I'm not going to talk about Regina because we said we was moving on. Jag was getting money off of it. Off of Regina. Legina. Was it Legina? Whose real name was Angela. Remember that?
Yeah.
Who paid them?
I was like, cash
maybe.
I mean,
cash app and stuff like that.
Yeah. Poor child. She lost her mother. This and that, her father's in jail.
This is what I want to say about Jag. Now, just like I was talking to my friend the other day, she said she can separate R. Kelly, the man, from his music, and she'll listen to the music, but she don't like the man.
Yeah.
I think everything Jag hasn't said wasn't true, but a lot of it was true.
Right.
But everything isn't true. And I think a lot of people mix up her personal life like the Goomba days, those were the worst days with what's going on now. Like that was her personal life that was spinning out of control. So anyway, listen, y'all, I'm going to end this early today because I'm going to shoot over to my reality TV channel. And we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You guys let me know what's going on because I don't want to get too, I'm going to tell the story and that's it. I think. Unless something good happened, y'all let me know. But I don't think it's no need for me to talk about this anymore because the person that lied is between them and God. I don't crucify people, but I said it once and that's what happened. Hopefully this story will end and we can all just talk about what's going on without the damn lies. And, you know, my heart goes out to the victims and Diddy, you know, I'm glad they didn't let you out. Anything, Perry?
Nope. I think I'm
all right, you guys, we're heading over. Give me 10 minutes. I'll put the link in this description box because my new channel's called Sharrell Reality
World.
They gave me this name. I couldn't, they gave it to me. And I'll see you guys over there because you know Kyle is a mess and we got to talk about it. Talk to you guys later. See you then. Bye.
We were on. Go ahead.